that thing. Guys, you know you better watch out. Some girls are only about that thing. What's up, y'all? That thing, that thing, that thing. What's up, y'all? This second verse is dedicated to the man who concerned. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Javier. I hope y'all having a good day. Happy Wednesday. Uh, cheers. Same old same, just water. That's all it is. Getting back into my exercising, so I need to converse or switch back from all the soda and the I was eating and drinking to back to protein diet and shakes and all that good stuff. But I hope y'all having a good day. Sorry about all this stuff. Okay. Sometimes it's all these like you see like little particles flying around in the air when you turn off your light, turn on and stuff like that. So, but I hope y'all having a good day. Happy Wednesday. Today we are going to talk a little bit about the overlization of sexualization. If that is. The title of this episode is called, the title of this episode is called Overlization Sexualization. Exploitation. That's not the actual part added to it, but just trying to rhyme. You know, I am a little old school, okay? So don't call me a prude. I've talked about sex on this show, I want to say twice now. The first season I did one more. It was more so about like making love and the importance and stuff like that. This last one I did was a little bit about. Excuse me, people are texting me. But it was a little bit about communication with your sex partner or who you're ever having sex with and things like that. And safe sex and things like that. So both episodes kind of really touched on both those things. There's still a lot to talk about with sex, and I did honestly a lot of stuff I don't remember from recently when I talked about. I think I probably went a little too in depth with some of my personal stuff a little bit maybe, but I always want to promote safe sex. I always want to promote wait until that right person or make sure you have sex with the right people and use protection, have respect for yourself enough to use protection, don't care what anybody got to say, about you, communicate with who you're having sex with, things like that. But this episode is a little bit different. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of a word. It's called black exploitation. Black exploitation is literally where it literally sounds like what it is, black exploitation, but it's called, it's not even black exploitation, it's called, how do you pronounce the damn word? It's called blaxation. How do you pronounce it? It's called blaxploitation or whatever. So it's basically about it was really about racial stereotypes and things like that, but it was meant to use as like to show and showcase talent and stuff. But I'm switching around the word for this episode because not driving from that idea, because that word was given to us for our black films because it was exploiting. It was basically stating we were exploiting what black people are or deemed to be, right? But what I'm using in this aspect of overlization of sexploitation is that it's not talking about just black people in general. I'm mainly meaning this in a society, a general societal standpoint, if that's even a word or whatever. Y'all gonna notice my lingo or my language or my verbiage and stuff on the show is very like all over the place. So I just work with me, hear me out, please. But we're over sexualized. We are. When you watch porn, it's very all about the man and not about the woman. and all about what the man, how the man can take, and not necessarily taking advantage in like just a bad way, but more so like it's about getting him off, and never, I mean, it is about the woman too, but I've never seen more of a woman taking control on porn videos. It's very raw dial, like jackrabbit sex. I'm not saying these motherfuckers are supposed to be making love because it is a porn video, but I'm just saying you get what I'm saying. When we look at our films, it's all about the woman shows the boobs, sorry, not the penis. Forgive me, Lord. I know we're in that society where that is the case. But anyways, when the woman shows her boobs, her vagina, and her ass, but the man only shows their ass but not their penis. And I think I even mentioned out in that sex episode where I said that if I think it's fair that if a woman has to show all of her body, the man has to show their penis as well. No more. No. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I think I even mentioned in my movies, if I'm requiring the woman to show her vagina, her boobs, her ass, men, you're gonna be showing your dick and your ass. You're gonna show your body too. It is what it is. But we've been over sexualized. Everything about, what really brought this on was because I was watching the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I was looking at Dionne Warwick, the legend, Miss Dionne Warwick, and I was like, look how she's just standing there singing. Not just at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where she was inducted. Congratulations to you, Miss Dionne Warwick. So well deserved. I don't know why it has taken so fucking long. But anyways, even back then when she was singing, had covered head to toe, but we felt her. These artists nowadays, and even artists that have come out before this new millennium and all these Gen X artists and stuff like that have come out. We're talking about some that have started in the 90s or even the 80s, where it's the attire is that you've got to look a certain way in order to sing. I love barefooted, covered head to toe singers. And I'm mainly talking about women, but there are men out there that do dress very savvy. And here's the thing. I know I'm not one to talk. I'm one to talk because I sit up here and I have dance. If you've seen my videos on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or whatever, or Facebook, you've seen that I dance in my underwear. So it's like, I mean, you have no room to talk because you're sitting up there dancing in your underwear and you're talking about over-sexualization. The point that I started doing that was because I said, well, hey, I dance in my underwear at home and I love good music. Why don't I just put up a camera and start doing it? And I just started doing it. I said, well, I'll post it. Okay. So I know there's I'm going to get maybe a little bit of a tongue lashing from y'all about that. It's like, Podcast Black, you have no room to talk, but I have room to talk because that I consider it a little different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, I'm dancing with my hips and shaking my ass, my hips and moving a little bit like, okay, well, not, so I get it. But for me, it's that I love to go to a show where it's not about what you're wearing, it's about how you sound. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays it's all about showing off your ass, showing your boobs, showing your curves, showing your body, instead of wear something on stage and let your voice be what we hear. Because I paid to hear your voice. I don't care what you look like. I mean, as long as you ain't stinky or look really totally fucked all the way up, why are we sitting up here, especially the ladies? You're over-sexualized. Because every time I look, especially these new artists that are coming out, it's all these in the thigh-high boots and the booty out and the titties out and all this stuff. And it's like, I love the fact that women, you're celebrating your bodies. And I don't want nobody to get up on here talking about, Javier, how dare you talk about a woman being over-sexualizing themselves, or how dare you talk down about a woman? Because if y'all have ever seen any of if you were a true follower of me, if you truly watched my episodes and listened to what I've said, I am a believer and a proponent and a fighter for women. I am a feminist. And I love women, and I am always down for women equality and women power and stuff like that. I'm always for that. I've been for that. Die hard. So nobody ever get on here and talk about, Javier, how dare you talk down about a woman? No. Especially for the black woman, I'm always there. I'm just saying that what happens to just standing barefooted on stage singing? You can wear a night, and I'm not saying you got to be covered up like Amish or Muslim or something. I'm just saying, why is it all the time your back has to be out, your stomach, your boobs, your ass, you're gyrating on stage all the time? I'm not saying it's got to be 90% of the time you should be just standing there still and not doing. I'm just saying that every single it's over sexualized. Everything is over sexualized, and so much so I sometimes feel that when I look at artists on stage, especially the females when they're dancing or not even just dancing when they're performing, it looks like y'all are uncomfortable. It looks like y'all uncomfortable. It really does. And I'm not just talking about your look. I'm talking about a lot of these the songs that are out today. It doesn't speak about love anymore. It's all about sex and how wet my vagina is and how much my boob put my motorboard him and all of this stuff. It's all about beating up this girl because she had sex with your man. There's no love in the music today anymore. There really isn't. It really isn't. It's all about sex and sex and sex and sex. There's no love in the music anymore. There's no joy in the music. There's no pain in the music. There's no anger. There's no like talking about real shit. Real, and I'm not just talking about hip hop. I'm talking about R&B. I'm talking about certain aspects of country. But I'm talking about all of the genres where except for probably I would say maybe gospel. I don't really. I mean, I listen to rock, but excuse me, not too much of that. But it's really the pop, R&B, and rap and hip hop because there's a difference between rap and hip hop. Excuse me, where it's really honed in on the over sexualization of a person. Like we're more than just sex. I'm more than what's between my thighs, or my ass. I'm more than just an ass. I'm more than just a piece of ass that is fit into tight jeans, like Jill Scott said. I'm more to the eye than just the flesh. And I don't see in the music today and the films today and the storytelling, quote unquote, because we want to quantify storytelling. But I don't see it anymore. I don't see the human being talked, the human form, the human mind, the human soul being talked about anymore. Everything is all about sex. And let me tell you something. Sex is amazing. It's a wonderful mother. Sorry, let me mute this. It's a wonderful motherfucking thing. I'm gonna tell you right now, sex is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. It's amazing. I love having it. I do. And I'm not here to talk about you should wait till you get married. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just saying make sure you're safe, you respect yourself and someone else enough to be safe. Make sure you are, have sex with the right person, things like that. But other than that, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life and who to have sex with. But what I am saying is that this world has come to where everything is just about sex. Why? And it's not even talking about sex out of love. It's just about sex. Who's raw dogging who's zooming who, and every single song from a lot of these artists nowadays is about that. Like, what is it? You have, Sexy Red, you have Nicki Minaj, you have Cardi B, you have the Migos, you have, honestly, I don't know a lot of people's names because I don't listen to a lot of people. And I don't listen to a lot of this new age because this new music is just because it's all about sex. Every single song is about sex or fucking a bitch up or a hoe or a bitch or this. Everybody is some type of bitch or a cunt or a hoe or a tramp. Like, what about being a sister? What about being a brother? Why is it all got to be about cars and money and cash and this, that, and the third and y'all fronting? It's like, why? Why? Can you come back down to earth? and be human. Be human. Stop flaunting all this crap around. This materialistic stuff. Stop. What's wrong? Why? And I'm not just talking about those people I just mentioned. I'm talking about a lot of people out here that just why? Why? It's over. It's too much sex. And that's the thing. I love Cardi B. I love Nicki Minaj. I love um, who did I just mention? I don't listen to the Migos. Cause I'm more of an old hip hop head, really, with a lot of hip hoppers. Um, and don't get me wrong, did they talk about shit too? Yeah, because Ice Cube talked about getting one of his songs was giving the girl the nappy dugout or whatever like that. That song is that's a little too raw. He talked about, that was a song talking about he knocked on the door, told the daddy how much his daughter was a hoe. That was funny. But I'm just saying, it's not just those women. There's a lot of men out there that even in the past though that have over sexualized women or over sexualized themselves too much. And it's a problem that I'm not saying I'm just saying tone it down a little bit. Tone it down a little bit. Let's talk about real shit. Real shit. It's always about pussy this and beating it. Like, why? Let's talk about real shit, but I will say that Cardi B's catalog has a wide range of stuff, just like Nicki Minaj, just like all the other. I think the girl's name is Glorilla. It's not Gorilla. I think it's Glorilla. She has some pretty catchy stuff. Even Megan Thee Stallion, she got some catchy shit too. But I will say 99% of the time I see is twerking and ass shaking songs and stuff like that. And I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But why don't we create songs that stand the test of time, that really motivate and change people's lives, that speak to lives? You know what I'm saying? And the movies too the movie aspect too. A lot of these films, a lot of these TV shows are oversaturated with sex. Literally, a lot of them are. So let me get off the music stuff too. Like, it's not even just the music aspect; it's everywhere. The commercial. Oh my God, y'all seen these commercials? They are over sexualized. You got Subway and Downy and Tide and insurance companies and all this stuff. They're doing a lot of sex commercials. Every time you turn the TV, it's sex. What the hell is going on? Everything is over sexualized. Let me think. What's that damn commercial? Fuck. I'm trying to. I see it in my face. Like, I see it, but I'm trying to think. It was I can't even think of it right now. But there's a lot of commercials out there where it's just over sexualizing the product, over sexualizing product. Like, what the fuck we need to over sexualize shopping for, or Tide, or insurance, or paying our taxes? Why? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me. And I admit some of it is catchy. But for the most part, it's like, what they got to do? What does sex have to do with that? So that's just my take on it. I do love that we have more sex songs than before, because back then it was a lot of more taboo to talk about sex. It's very taboo to talk about sex and stuff like that. So it's nice to have some songs that really, even that are today though too, that are, that speak on sex, as vulgar as it does. But not every song, not every commercial, not every movie should really. I will say this: 50 Shades of Grey did let us down with that though. That should have been over sexualized, because I heard the book, and I haven't read the books yet, but the books, I heard that dude was in there peeing on the girl, like it was more dominant, sub, thing, that going on than what the movie portrayed. Because the movie really wanted to make it, oh, the birds are pretty, flowers are nice, love in the air type of movie. When I think a lot of people were let down because that it should have showcased like hardcore dominatrix, sex dom sub type shit. You see what I'm saying? That's what it was supposed to be, but it wasn't. It was more lovey dovey and stuff, and that one should have been over sexualized. I will say that. I will say that. But a lot of this other shit, it's too much. You know, it's too much. It's too much. Um, a lot of the films are being over sexualized, even for kids. Even for kids. What do these kids need to know about love and sex or relationships for? Let them be kids. Let them be kids. You know what I'm saying? And I see these parents taking their kids to see these movies or let them watch this. What happened to parental control on the cable? Parental control on their phones. Parental control, like, I remember my mom, I will say this, my mom would say, oh, you can't watch this, you can't watch that if it was rated R or anything that, may be seen too inappropriate. No. But then when I get to my grandma didn't really care too much what the fuck we watched, as long as we were fucking out of and not causing no trouble or nothing. But even then, it was, you don't want your kid to grow up too fast or too quick, where they don't understand the magnitude of stuff. Because I grew up too soon. I love Jill Scott, but I kind of grew up too much listening to some of her shit a little too soon. And not her fault, but me not knowing the importance behind some of the stuff she was saying. I then do that stuff, or I do that, and then later on I said, oh, that's the reason why it's important for a child to stay in a child's place, or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Everything has just become too sexualized. And I'm not saying, and for women specifically, because I don't want nobody to say this, women specifically, yes, you feel liberated in your sexuality, feel liberated in your sex life, yes, and tell the world. At the same time, there's some shit that does not need to be told, some shit that doesn't need to be said, some shit that doesn't need to be shared with the public as a whole. We don't need to know everything that's going on in your life. And the same goes for men too. Men, stop airing out women's business. Stop airing out your stuff, and you know what I'm saying? And women are more than just sex, man. A lot of these men nowadays that are filmmakers, producers, directors, writers, singers, songwriters, rappers, it's so much sex going on. And there's more to it than just that. I mean, it is a big part of it, but it ain't the be all of end all. Like, if honestly, I would rather be with somebody and we don't have sex at all than to be with somebody that is just sex all the time. Because sex doesn't fix everything. It may feel good in the moment, but it don't fix everything. And everything that is being showcased in this world now is all about sex, or it stems from that. You see what I'm saying? And I just don't understand why. I really don't. I really honestly don't. And even in sitcoms nowadays, even in award shows, even in, it's just everything. It has that sex grab to it. And it's why it's over-sexualized. We're over-sexualized. We're starting to become that thing that we despise of, where kind of like how black people were deemed to be like apex predators, be sexualized, be sexual, be treated nothing more than an ass or things like that. We're becoming that very same thing. You know what I'm saying? And sex should be a liberating topic, not something that is, what's the word I'm looking for? It shouldn't be something that is over saturated. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And we've gotten to a place in society where that's how everything is now. From the look to what is being sung to what is being produced and acted to, and sex sells. I get it. Sex does sell, and that's what it is. Sex sells. Gossip, sex, crime, drugs, um, the all that sells, but it shouldn't be handled immaturely. How about that? You got these kids out here talking, repeating these lyrics, repeating what they see on TV like it's normal, and it's not. It is not. I don't want to hear my niece and my nephews talking about shit that they don't know what it entirely even means. You see what I'm saying? But that falls back on parents on what they kids should be listening to. Like parents, you have to control your child because it's out there in the world. Maybe you can control your child. You see what I'm saying? So there's that. So I'm not faulting people. I'm just saying how I see the world moving is that it's just so much over sexualization going on that you know what I'm saying. But I'm not being a prude though, because I love sex as the next person. I love sex. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Like I love it. And if you smoking weed and then you have sex, like weed sex, you get your life. Your world is just it's a euphoric experience. I would say that. Sex while you're high is a euphoric experience. So I don't want people to think like Javier, you know, you act like you don't have sex or this, that, and the third. But at the same time, I listen to songs where it may talk about it, but it's sensual. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel wanted. It makes you feel like I want to have that. It makes you feel like I want that type of sex. I want that type of love making. You know? Everybody loves hot, butt naked, sweaty ass sex. But I want that type of love. I want that euphoric experience. I want that right there. That top of the mountain Fuji, top of Mount Everest type of sex right there. God damn it, that nobody can give me but him or her, whoever you are, whoever you like. You know. You know what I'm saying? And I say this humbly that we're so over sexualized that everybody's creating babies. Kids are not being born out of love anymore. They're born out of a quickie or out of a hookup or out of just, oh, I want to have sex, just have sex. My sister, I think I said this to y'all, my sister ended up having a baby, and her whole motivation behind it was because I just want to have a baby. I'm having sex just to literally have a baby. Now, I am bringing forth a child into this world, and I want it to be born out of love. I want it to be born out of a village, out of a togetherness, out of a union that is so strong that it's us against the world, and we are partaking in actively creating another human being to bring forth into this world, to carry our legacy on, to carry the human civilization on, to carry being a human on, being how important that is. People are out here, they argue with their spouse on social media, and they cheat or whatever, and they come back and have a baby. Ladies, your man goes out here and cheats on you, so then you go and get pregnant to try to keep him in the house. What? It's so much about sex we have wrong and unfocused about it, and our goggles are not clear, like, 20/20 vision clear. They're not clear that we are doing a disservice to the generations to come when it comes about to sex, when it comes to procreation, the reproduction of you know what I'm saying? It's all wrong. We have it all wrong. Men, you have it all wrong. You are over sexualized. You're over sexualizing women. You're over sexual. It's too much. We've lost the importance of what it means when you have sex with somebody, when you stick your penis inside of her vagina, what that means, we're losing that. Or not even losing, we've lost it. It's all about what can you make, how can you make me feel good in the moment, and that's it. And then on to the next, or just keep you, or you keep on with that same person, but this is all you see them as, is face value of, oh, you're only vagina, ass, and boobs to me, or you're only a penis to me. That's all it is. And sometimes ain't nothing wrong with that, because we all have our lust moments, or our temptation, or our needs that need to be taken care of. But is it really servicing your needs, or just something servicing your wants, and your needs aren't really getting met? You see what I'm saying? Like, he may be hitting those spots, but is he really hitting the spot? You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if I'm feeling empty afterwards, you're not taking care of me, baby. If I'm feeling inadequate, or if I'm feeling this is all I am to you, or if I'm feeling I'm not good enough, or if I'm feeling you're over sexualizing me. You're only taking me at face card value, and this is all you see me as physicality rather than emotionality, or soulfully, or mentally. You're not looking beyond that to me. You're just looking at what I'm giving you and what I'm providing to you. You're not looking at what I can be, what I will be, what my thoughts, my ideas, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations, my wants, my realities, my ideologies, all that stuff is, and what it can be and can grow into be, and what we can be together. But you're just taking me at face value, what I'm offering, what it is. And that's, I'm learning that, and I've had that happen. I actually am currently kind of, in a sense, having that happen. But it's what you put out there is what you attract too. And you've got to look at yourself and say, well, this is how I hold myself, and this is what I want people to hold me to. So then you need to be firm in that. It's almost like, why buy the cow when you get in the milk for free type of thing. You can't get mad that he or she is treating you the way that you have presented yourself to be in the beginning. Because this is what they see, this is what they're getting. You've got to make him or her see what they can get, but make them see what they could get in the future. Make them see who you are, but make them see what they could get if they hold on. And it shouldn't just be about the cookie, or it shouldn't just be about, what is being offered on the table. It should be about I rather see what's on, not just being on the table. I want to see what's underneath the table. I want to see what's about to be brought to the table, what's about to be taken away from the table. I want to see all that stuff. I want to see the whole meal, the whole package, the whole entree, the whole appetizer. I want to see it all. I want the appetizer, I want the entree, I want the drink, I want the dessert, I want the restaurant, I want the whole thing, from the rooter to the tutor. But really everything that's in between that. Because that's where it is. Your soul, your inside, everything. I want all that. We gotta stop over sexualizing one another and seeing each other as only just sex. Because we're not just sex. Stop just talking about it in your music. Stop just talking about it in your storytelling. Stop just talking about it in your movies, in your TV shows, in your commercials, and making that be what it is, to appeal to people. Because after a while, you get tired of sex and you want love. You want making love sex. I like at a certain point, I've had those moments, and I still have those moments where it's like, okay, I'm tired of sex. I really am. Because it doesn't have any meaning behind it. There's nothing here. We're just satisfying our needs. But then I feel empty afterwards. I feel like, I was satisfied now, but then I wake up tomorrow morning and I'm like, the hell? I still feel the same as like before. I just was good in this moment where I got my needs set, and that's it. All of my hormones and all the stuff that was, that was highlighted in the moment is gone. It's back down. I'm back down to earth, So, but I hope you guys understood what I was, when I was talking about, when I said what I said, because, it's imperative that we, look beyond the surface of who we are as people, and try to find a way to, excuse me, um, try to find a way to be, be more to each other than just what we have on surface value, because that's when STDs go down. That's when the feel of just being used for sex goes down. The importance goes up. The value of people go up. The respect of each other go up, and we, you know what I'm saying. And we start taking ourselves seriously, because in a lot of ways we don't. And that's when we get kids that are out here and they don't have a work ethic, they don't have respect for one another, they don't have the utmost high for one another, they don't have beliefs, faith, they don't have traditions, they don't have anything that they can look to and grab hold of and take that with them through their life in their backpack. You see what I'm saying? So it's important that we really got to start thinking of the future and stuff, rather than just, you know what I'm saying. So we really got to make some strides, y'all. We really do. So today, for a fun fact, we're gonna talk about Garrett Augustus Morgan, or actually, no, I already talked about him. Hold on. I got some other people on my list. Hold on. Gotta find some. Hold on. Okay. Today for our fun fact. Sorry, messed up. We're gonna talk about Sarah E. Good. She was born 1855 in Toledo, Ohio, and she died April 8th, 1905 in Chicago, Illinois. Um, and she was one of the first known African American women to receive a U.S. patent, which she received in 1855 for her cabinet bed. She's also, I think I already mentioned, she's an entrepreneur. In 1885, did I say 1855? Sorry, I said 1855. I meant 1885. She received a patent for her cabinet bed. Sorry, my bad. Not 1855. In 1885, she invented the cabinet bed. It's an invention of a folding cabinet bed which helped people who lived in tight housing to utilize their space efficiently. So it's almost like if you think of maybe sofa beds or something like that, but very, very vastly different. And so that helped change how, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, I have something in my mouth. It's really weird. It helped transform beds. Would then later to come would be like, folding beds or folding sofa beds and things like that. I've never seen this before, but it's very something new and very efficient, and I like it. I may even get one of these or something like that. So I want to thank you, Miss Sarah Good, for your invention of the cabinet bed. Ways to be able to not only work at this bed, like as a desk, but then also use it. You can use it in different avenues. As a cabinet, you can use it as a bed. You can use it to work on. You can use it for all these different things. So I want to thank you for your invention. I want to thank y'all for watching this episode of the Analytical Eye Show. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and TikTok at Javier Vassal. Make sure you follow the show on Facebook and Instagram at the Analytical Eye Show, and on Twitter at iAnalytical. Thank you so much for watching the show, y'all. I will see y'all next week for an all-new episode of the Analytical Eye Show. Make sure you take out the time to talk about things that meet the eye daily, and I'll come back with a new topic next week. Peace and love, y'all. Cheers. The Analytical Eye Show is presented by Analytical Eye Productions, a AAVR company.